there was another video that I wanted to share with you on the U.S. marriage with Israel. Very, very important. This to me shows the Sunday laws here. You have Israel. We know biblically Israel is the church. And you have America. So you have church and state in a literal sense, so to speak, happening. And through this union that we're seeing between Israel and America, this marriage that has formed, God is showing us a Sunday law is coming to persecute commandment keepers. Notice here the clip on the Israel-U.S. marriage.
Monsters in Gaza.
Finally, Ambassador, I want to play a clip of you talking about Israel as being the wife of the United States. It's gone viral, as you know. Let's take a look.
This is a nation that is the most resilient I've ever seen on earth. It may sound a little bit this afternoon as if I'm almost speaking on behalf of Israel rather than the U.S., but I want to explain that part of my advocacy in our relationship is because if you came to my house tonight for dinner and you came in and you said, "Oh, Mike, we like you. We really think the world of you. We just enjoy being with you. We're so excited to be here with you and have dinner with you. But your wife, we can't stand her. We don't like her a bit. I hope she's not going to be at the table." I would say, well, she will be. You won't be. Get out. Because if you were to insult my partner, you have insulted me.
I guess my question about that, because it has gone viral.
So notice that he uses the analogy of a marriage, talking about America and Israel. And this video went viral this week. And when we consider this scenario, I want to thank Elisha over in Japan for bringing this to my attention, because I thought it was a very important find, especially since we know that Israel biblically, spiritual Israel, are the people of God. And as we're witnessing this union between the two nations, this marriage between the two nations, it's a clear indication that there is a war coming for the people of God, even by the fact that we see that literal Israel is at war with Hamas. As literal Israel is at war right now, what is that saying? There is a spiritual war coming for God's people. Here's the second clip on that same video that went viral on the Israel-USA marriage.
Was it advisable to basically categorize the relationship between the United States and Israel as like a marriage?
Well, first of all, let's be clear. You're a smart guy, Pierce. You know a lot about literary devices. That was not an allegory. It was an analogy. In other words, it is a story to make a point, which is exactly what I did. I think it's a very valid analogy. It would be a terrible allegory, but as an analogy, it's illustrative and it works, because my point is simple. Israel is not just one of a bunch of allies or a friend. It is, in fact, a very close partner. We have a unique relationship with Israel in intelligence, military, civilization, technology, agriculture, energy. It goes on and on. My point is that when people are hypercritical of Israel, they're hypercritical of our partner that the U.S. has decided that is a very important partner to us. So we don't take it lightly that someone is condemning and calling our partner genocidal or running an apartheid state or guilty of war crimes. And that's why some of the actions that you've seen this administration under President Trump take have been pretty strong. I can't imagine how they could be any stronger. Why have we taken that? For exactly the reason that I spelled out in the analogy. Is because you insult our partner, you're insulting us.
And finally, I'm about to speak to Hussam.
So again, Israel, when we look at the literal example of what happened at the first coming of Jesus, you had the church leadership, the Jewish church leadership, who represented the Jews, the church, and you had Rome, the state united, And now we have Israel and America uniting means a Sunday law is about to be birthed, is what that represents. God is showing us we don't have much time, brothers and sisters. Make sure your life is right with God and your life is right with your fellow man.